All right, guys, we have Shedeur Sanders making major waves over the internet right now, going viral once again in Cleveland for something he's doing in the community with star running back Quinshon Judkins. This is spreading like wildfire. We got to get into it. And it's not the first time Shedeur Sanders has done something like this. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. Let's get right into things. So, it looks like Shedeur Sanders is back in the community in Cleveland with running back Quinshon Judkins. It says Browns running back Quinshon Judkins held his inaugural winter warm-up event at Ginn Academy. Judkins provided hot meals and new coats for families during the festivities. He also had some help from a couple of teammates, cornerback Tyson Campbell and quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who joined the event. Let's take a look at it.
So we are at my first community event here in Cleveland, here with a couple of my teammates, just giving thanks to the community out here and, showing them that I'm involved not only on the field, but also, off the field and trying to just show my personality, who I am as a person.
We're here supporting the kids and supporting this event, giving back to the community with food, clothes, just interacting with the community, showing face, and giving holiday spirit.
Around the holiday season, one of my biggest things growing up is my mom and my parents. They always taught me was to give back, not only to, my siblings, but to where I'm from. And, being here in Cleveland, this is a part of who I am. So just being, who I am and just giving back to the community and just, trying to show my support.
What is the ultimate goal of today?
I think ultimately today my goal is to, show not only the youth that they can do what I have done and myself, and show them that it's possible, and they see me.
There you see Shedeur at the event. This is fire, man. This is really cool, man.
Teammates, and they can be greater. They can be a lot more successful, and they can do anything they set their minds to. So just to show them that we're involved in the community and that we're here. So
love you, man.
Love you too. Appreciate you.
Memories that they always remember and cherish. And that's what you want to do. You want to have a positive impact on a person's life, and always allow them to reflect on that time that they met Browns players, and hopefully it just encourages them to be a great person.
It's been a lot. It's been great. It's been really special, for them to embrace me since I've been here in Cleveland, just to show them my thanks, and I really appreciate it.
All right, so obviously that's a great event, great gesture by our running back Quinshon Judkins, getting out there with the people among the community, and Shedeur Sanders showing up and supporting is great. And it's not the first time. Shout out to Well Off Media. This is not the first time that Shedeur Sanders has been out in the community. Remember when the fires happened in Cleveland, Shedeur Sanders popped up in the middle of the projects. I don't know too many starting quarterbacks that's popping up in the middle of the projects amidst something like that. Look, this is Shedeur during the summertime in the projects with the kids. Like, come on, man. Like, what can you say? What can you say? I'm not gonna play the sound because of the music. But yeah, this is when Shedeur Sanders showed up to the projects, man, and he was out there for hours with them kids. So, like, man, when you do something like that and you're in a position that you don't have to, man, they can't say nothing about you to me. I don't care. Like, I know, like, these type of people wasn't popping up where we from. So at the end of the day, Shedeur Sanders is always good with me. Let's take a look at what G Bush, my man G Bush over on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, had to say about the Browns not taking a quarterback in the 2026 draft. G Bush, keep cooking.
We're going to talk about the quarterback situation. Hey, a new coach. I think the Browns will have a new coach. I think if most people are agreement on that, there will be a new coach. And a new coach brings a different evaluation. I'll tell you why that really kind of, plays a role in what the Cleveland Browns do a quarterback. Also, if Andrew Berry is still here, I don't know how he can be afforded to draft another quarterback. We'll take a deep dive into that. But if he's staying here, I think that means he's going in another direction. We'll give you the reason why. And of course, we give you the number one synopsis. This Browns offensive line and receiving core are the main needs on this team, but I'm going to show you the numbers that really prove it's not just a one-year thing. It's been like that for 2 years, and we'll talk about that and why I believe that they'll go in another route other than quarterback. But before we do that, let's talk about, well, as the receiver grades. I wanted to go back to last year. Now, there's a lot of other places you can go, but I'm just trying to give you, and there's a lot of metrics that say the Browns receiver and the Browns offensive line is bad. And when you're looking at what's the best option for you, you take a look at 2024. These are the Cleveland Browns run grades. Now, run grades have to do with what the running backs are doing as well as the offensive line in tandem, right? So you look at the Cleveland Browns run grades, and you take a look at exactly what they're doing, and run grades are highlighted right there in the middle of your screen. The Cleveland Browns were 3-14 last year, and they were ninth worst in the league in run grades. So that puts them at the bottom third of the league in terms of running. Now, actually, last year they were at 74.8 in terms of their run grade. So you say, well, G. Bush. Well, that's 2024. They were 3-14 then. Let's take a look at how that has progressed so far. You go to this year and you take a look at the 2025 run grades and see where the Cleveland Browns are.
Listen, paying $14.99 a month for a streaming app and $9.99.
That is my bad. Let me switch this to here. That's my bad.
Grade. You're still one of the top 10 worst teams in terms of running the football, and you only went up a couple of six from a 52 to a 54. So you're still one of the worst run blocking teams in the game, right? That's 2 years, right?
The Browns' offensive line is terrible. I mean, me and you that's watching this video could go out there and do a better job than them. I mean, it's absolutely piss poor.
Let's take a look at your pass blocking game. Will you say, G. Bush? We know we can't run the ball. What about the pass blocking? In 2024, the Cleveland Browns were 6th worst, right? In their pass blocking grades with a 59.8. 59.5 pass block grade. Only teams worse than them in 2024 were New Orleans. Guess where they drafted? The Patriots, guess where they drafted? The Rams, oddly, weren't very good pass protecting. They had 11-8 records. The Bengals weren't there and the Giants weren't there, but you were 6th. How do you move that pass blocking grade in 2025? Well, let's take a look at it. Well, you went from 6th worst to now you're the worst. Your pass blocking grade is now gone down to a 46.8. So you've effectively, and as you look at this situation, you're effectively saying that you're one of the worst offensive pass blocking units as well as run blocking units already. So now you've downgraded in that area as well. And now you've gone to a 46.8. There isn't much you can actually look at. That just tells you your offensive line is horrible, and it's been horrible the last 2 years, and that's one of your glaring needs that you have. Let's take a look at it. Let's look at your run block grades, right? So we've got to the runs, we've got to the passes, Let's get to the league. When you are looking to try to say, I am going to draft a quarterback, it's insanity. Because if you look at those statistics and you say, what's the common denominator? Well, look how many quarterbacks played in these systems. Joe Flacco played in this system. Dylan Gabriel played in this system. Shedeur Sanders played in this system. Deshaun Watson played into this system. DTR played in this system. We've had multiple guys and quarterbacks play. Jameis Winston played in this system. Multiple guys play on this roster. And the common denominator between all of those guys, whether they were veterans, whether they were rookies, whether they were journeymen, scramblers, pocket passers, you know what all look the same? The results. And the results say that the Cleveland Browns are a 3-win football team.
And that is in large part due to a garbage offensive line and a garbage receiving core led by a fake number 1 receiver in Jerry Jeudy. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think about all of this. Keep the vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share.